So let's get into one of the most frequent topics we talk about over at the State Change Mental Model, and that's going to be the shopper's mindset. A key aspect of the shopper's mindset is the idea that, which makes it very different in no code, low code versus way technology might have been built, say, 10 or more years ago, is that in the shopper's mindset, you are looking for the right tool for the job. A lot of trained engineers are trying to figure out how they can do the job or how they can do the job using whatever the tool was that they were trained in using. But in the world of no code, low code, we say the general idea at least that most tools are tools that we could find ourselves using. But there are really going to be three things that will drive how we would do it. There are a few key ideas. So one is, what are the state of the tools? State of the tools. And this is going to be are there updates, right? Are there new tools out there? Is there new tech underneath the tools? This is actually really where AI comes into play, right? So that in the world of available tools for us in the world of no code, we've been previously using much more of a visual development model, right? That's a lot of the way that like Zapier or Make or a lot of these tools will allow you to stitch things together, kind of the style of this mind map, have worked. And then there are things which are just aware of more of context, and really more expression building. That's like what we have in Excel, right? So Excel has its formulas, allows you to make all these really powerful expressions. We also saw a lot of that in Bubble, right? Where Bubble's aware of context and allows you to build expressions in the form of sentences that almost feel like they could be grammatically correct to describe what it is you want to happen in a workflow. And then most recently, we have natural language and AI assisted development, where you're trying to describe what it is you're doing and the AI is figuring out, because one of the things that AI can do super, super well is the actual generation of code. The fact that AI can generate code, and really all these other tools are really only about the generation of code, means that we have some really cool opportunities to take advantage of the evolutions in new technology. But that's not the only kind of thing that can change. It makes it worth doing a shopper's mindset and revisiting this every once in a while. The second one is going to be new job or new understanding of the job. Now, what often happens when we're shipping a product, particularly a technology product, is we put lots of effort into the actual building, but we only discover once the product reaches the market what really the need is. So we might find that the thing we thought we were building isn't really the thing that was necessary, that there's 20% of it that turns out to be where 80% of the value is. And that causes us to, again, revisit the question of what then is the right tool for the job for fulfilling that demand. We may still be able to be the people who fulfill that demand because we are saying above the fray of the individual technologies. We're deciding which technologies to bring to the party. And so as we do that, this is going to be where customer feedback, just market intelligence, and frankly changes in reputation, because you'll find that as you are helping the market more, the people who are in the market are going to be willing to buy more and different things from you. This is going to cause a change in the kinds of tools that are going to be most appropriate for that. Originally you might have had a visual app, and then it turns out what they really need are help in their operations, and they need to have trust with you in their operations. That's going to mean using the things that are more towards automation and flows and robots. Or the reverse can happen, right? You are in the bowels of the organization, you're making things happen, and now they want to put you more on the front lines. This change in understanding will cause a change in which tools are really appropriate for solving which job. And by taking a shopper's mindset, we are saying that it's not like, hey, we're only good at one thing, but we're good at finding the right tool for the job. And that's both about understanding supply in the form of new technology and also the demand in terms of what the market needs. The third thing I think is really important here is going to be changes in us. Different tools have different skills. So if I were to go to Xano.com, Xano is relatively advanced as no code goes, but really uses this function stack, right, to keep everything they're doing very no code and largely English language. So I find that there are easier ways to be starting with no code. Like the absolute easiest way in the world to start with no code is be something like Zapier. And there are things you can do to decrease your cost with Zapier and have more complexity, like using Make. Using Xano becomes an alternative to that. We're thinking about we can bring more of this AI stuff to the party, where we could use things like FastGen, which is much more about connecting with code, and Pipedream also has that quality. Or be taking a look at something like BuildShip, which is sort of sitting in the middle, and it's like more about using AI to generate more Legos for people. And of course, these are just tools that people have as of today. I'm fully expecting that in the course of the next few months, these things are all going to change. And so that change is a big reason for the shopper's mindset, because we're going to see changes in all three of those aspects. There are going to be changes in the availability, in the state of the art of the tools. Some tools will get better. Some tools might even get worse for the jobs that you particularly need to be done. Your understanding of the market, what it needs, is going to change. And your own ability is going to change while you're not looking, as you sort of move up the ladder and you find that different tools are things you can use. A lot of people who have been part of state change for more than, say, a few months find themselves asking about very, very different questions than they were at the beginning, because they have learned, and they are finding that as a result of learning, that tools that previously were about just getting them over the next hump are now kind of holding them back because they're too simple, or they're about the 80% that matters less, and they need to use a different tool that's going to unlock the 20% that matters more, as they focus in on those things that really create value. The question of which tool is right for you, and I'm not saying any of these four are going to be right for you. There can be new ones that we've never seen before. But that shopper's mindset and being aware of changes in us and changes in the tools around us, and be revisiting that every once in a while, becomes, I find, really, really important. The changes are continuous, but you can't really afford to always be stopping every minute and say, hey, how much have I changed? But I think if you revisit this question every, say, few weeks or every month, you'll find that there are new tools out there, and that there's a new you using the tools, and that there's a better understanding in the market. All of these things happen much more when we're willing to keep momentum, being able to keep that principle of you will build this again, because you're just trying to get yourself to that next level of knowledge and be able to ship to the market so they can be learning and keeping this wheel turning. And when you have all of that, you're able to take advantage of this fast moving market that is providing you with even better tools and an even better you that lets us serve our customers better. We will be talking more about this general area of being curious and how to bring more information into your life in future lessons. I'll see you again.